This video will cover how to set up a new inspection template to use on your project. In order to set up an inspection template, you need to have admin permissions at the company level for the inspections tool. So talk to your Procore administrator if you do not see this inspections tool along the toolbar at the top. If you have that, then you can set up a template. So click on that inspections tool. Again, we're at the company level here, so you may need to click on the logo, the Marathon logo in the left-hand corner, and it should say select a project, not in a specific project. So you'll see the already set up inspection templates here. In order to create a new one, you go over to create new template, and you'll type the name of the new template. We'll call this concrete inspection. And you can optionally select what type that is and what the trade is and a description. Also, you have the ability to attach a file such as a drawing, standard drawing, etc. This is where we'll start adding questions. You click add section and you can add section for pre-concrete installation section. And then you can begin to enter your inspection items. And you could say surface is prepped for concrete. You should get more specific, of course, here, but for these purposes, this is just an example. And then you just click enter and you can move on to the next item. And at the bottom, then you can click add a section and that will add the section. Here you have the then ability to create this into the company template directory by hitting create. So we only have one question here, one section, and that should be fine. So that has now been created. It's an available template in the company directory. Then, in order to add this into your project, you need to then select your project. Go into the inspections tool along the toolbar at the top. Configure inspection settings along the right. And then add templates. Now that should be an available template in the template directory. Go ahead and click add templates and you can do multiple if you want. Now it's available for selection for your project. In order then to assign that inspection for a certain inspector for potentially a certain day, then you would go back into the inspections tool, which is the same thing as clicking inspections here at the top. And you would hit create new inspection here over on the right. Then now we have that concrete inspection available as a template to use. And here we can go through and assign this to an inspector and assign a date. And then hit create. So that has now been created for a specific day. You can see 0, 1 items inspected at this point. So that's been now added to your project for a specific date. Now I'll show you how to see that on the iPad or iPhone application. Here we are. You should be able to see the iPhone on the screen now. And here you can see, if you go into your project and the inspections tool, that concrete inspection that we just set up is now available to be completed. And you can see here all the questions, so you know, and this is important when you set up a template, The selections that you have when you fill out an inspection item, you see there are pass, fail, or NA, and that there's no free fields currently in Procore for inspections to enter any sort of numbers or text. It's purely the pass, fail, NA. If you need some additional information or background, there is a comments field. If you click on that item, you can enter a comment here about the inspection item. You can also add a photo in the inspection item. You can take a photo or choose one from your existing iPhone library. You can see here in a conference room. And then you can actually mark up that photo as well if you want to designate something specifically on the photo. Go ahead and save that into the inspection and it's there. Something nice about the inspections tools, you also can create an observation, which would be a follow-up item, could be a pre-punch item, could be a non-conformance, something for the contractor to follow up on based on that inspection or template. So keep that in mind when you're creating your templates, that these capabilities do exist. Those can be assigned and then set with due dates and have their own photos. And then in the observations tool, once they're complete that observation, maybe that punch item from the inspection, they can also attach a photo showing completion for verification. That covers how to set up an inspection template and then shows you some things with inspections on the iPhone. Before I go, I do want to show real quick, you can actually add an inspection just like we had this concrete inspection set up here. You can hit the plus sign at the top and then you have the abilities to select a template and add a template with the new date. So an inspector could choose a template if you gave them the permissions to do that as well. Any questions, contact your Procore administrator.